Good evening, welcome to Fine Print. I'm Molly Gambhir. Venezuela has been in a state of turmoil. First, it was the economic crisis breaking the back of the citizens, and now there is political chaos which is worsening with each passing day. Thousands have been taken to the streets demanding that Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro cede power to self-declared interim President Juan Guaido. Lending support to the protest, the U.S. has been leading the charge against Maduro on international platforms. The United States, Canada and some Latin American countries have slammed Maduro and declared Guaido as the country's rightful leader. And in the latest, several European nations have recognized the opposition leader as the interim president of the country. In fact, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez has said Venezuela needs free and fair elections as soon as possible.
Hoy lunes, 4 de febrero, se cumplen 8 días desde que España, junto a otros socios europeos, instó al régimen de Maduro a la convocatoria de elecciones presidenciales libres, democráticas y transparentes. Llegado este día y sin que se haya dado paso alguno en esta dirección por parte del régimen de Maduro, el Gobierno de España anuncia que reconoce oficialmente al presidente de la Asamblea de Venezuela, al señor Guaidó Márquez, como presidente encargado de Venezuela.
Meanwhile, Venezuelans in Madrid have welcomed Spain's decision. Britain, Austria, Sweden and Denmark are the other major European nations recognizing Juan Guaido as the interim president. This coordinated move comes after the expiry of an 8-day deadline they set for Nicolas Maduro to call for fresh elections. Nicolas Maduro has said the European nations are following US President Donald Trump's agenda. The move by Guaido to declare himself as a temporary leader has split global powers. Maduro enjoys the backing of Russia, China and Turkey. In an interview to American television network CBS, the US president said that US military intervention in Venezuela cannot be ruled out.
What would make you use the US military in Venezuela? What's the national security
Well, I don't want to say
interest?
that, but certainly it's something that's on the, it's an option.
Would you personally negotiate with Nicolas Maduro to convince him to exit?
Well, he has requested a meeting, and I've turned it down because we're very far along in the process. You have a young and energetic gentleman, but you have other people within that same group that have been very, if you talk about democracy, it's really democracy in action.
When did he
We're going to
request
see
to
what
meet?
happened. A number of months ago, he wanted to meet.
But now, because you're at that crisis point, would you
have to
negotiate
see.
that?
I would say this. I decided at the time, no, because so many really horrible things have been happening in Venezuela. When you look at that country, that was the wealthiest country of all in that part of the world, which is a very important part of the world. Mm-hmm. And now you look at the poverty, and you look at the anguish, and you look at the crime, and you look at all of the things happening. So I think the process is playing out very, very big.
President Maduro has made several attempts to assure Venezuelans that he is trying to ensure that peace will return to the country.
Ellos dicen que en Venezuela va a haber una guerra civil. Ni intervención ni guerra civil. Venezuela va a haber paz. Y esa paz la vamos a garantizar con la unión cívico-militar. Paz. Nuestra victoria va a ser la paz.
Refusing to budge and not giving in to the pressure from various global powers, Maduro has rejected an ultimatum given by the UK, France, Germany and Spain to call for fresh elections.
No aceptamos ultimátum de nadie. Es como que yo le dijera a la Unión Europea, le doy 7 días para reconocer a la República de Cataluña. O si no, vamos a tomar medidas, ¿no? Aquí en la política internacional no puede basarse en ultimátum. Esa es la época de los imperios, de las colonias.
Pakistan's Kashmir rant continues unabated. This time, Pakistan has taken it to the United Kingdom. The country's foreign minister, Shah Mahmood Qureshi, is trying to use the House of Commons for a quote-unquote Kashmir conference in London. Qureshi is leading a Pakistan government effort to hold a seminar on the report of the UK All-Party Parliamentary Group on Kashmir. That panel is headed by the British Member of Parliament, Chris Leslie. The report, which was brought out last November, is critical of the Indian Army's presence in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Qureshi is also expected to join anti-India protest marches across London. India has lodged a strong protest with the UK government. New Delhi asked the British government to stop the conference and to not allow the same in the first place. The conference is all set to take place inside the British Parliament. The UK, meanwhile, has said it will not interfere in the matter. The British High Commission spokesperson in New Delhi said, and I'm quoting, UK members of Parliament are independent of the government. It is for individual members to decide who they meet and for what purpose. New Delhi is keeping a close watch after Qureshi made an unprecedented phone call to Hurriyat leader Mirwais Umar Farooq. Qureshi invited Mirwais to the conference being held in London. India called out Pakistan's duplicity during a press conference last week.
There are these two faces of the government which are play at the same time. One face talks about peace, good relations with India, and the other face takes action which are completely anti-India.
Let's get in further details now from our London Bureau Chief Mandy Clark joining us on the broadcast. Also joining us is our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik. Coming to you first, Mandy, what's the latest coming in? Has that event already begun?
It hasn't begun yet. We're expecting the speaker to start around 3:30. It is an invitation-only event, so it's not people aren't really able to access it, and that's a level of great frustration, certainly among a lot of the foreign press who have a deep interest in the story. It's a very closed shop, this event, but it is happening in the committee room. It's not the actual Houses of Parliament. It's not addressing the House itself. It's happening on the side in a committee room for an all-parliamentary committee.
Right, and Mandy, also before I go across to Anas, Mandy, what have the UK authorities said and how have they tried to justify the permission that was granted for this event in the first place? Various anti-India protest marches that were also set to be organized in London. How has the UK government justified those, and what explains their move to say that they cannot interfere in these matters?
Well, when it comes to a talk, it wasn't framed as anti-Indian. If the talk is framed as anti-Indian, then certainly they would close it down. The talk is framed on the issues of Kashmir, and though the report is highly critical of India, they want to encourage open debate. Of course, this was not commissioned by the government. That's what they're certainly making it absolutely clear. They're trying to keep arm's length from this. This is a member of Parliament who is chairing it, essentially providing a room in the House of Commons for these talks to take place. They do feel that if they close down the talks, they're essentially, that's outside of the government's remit, as closing down democracy and discussion. When it comes to the protest itself, they would have had to apply to the Metropolitan Police. I tried to get a bit more details, and they said they certainly haven't received any applications for protests that are specifically anti-Indian. So it would have been how they framed that application for the protest. Now, if it borders on hate speech, the protest, it will be quickly closed down because that is against British law. It has been flagged to the British police, and so they will be looking out for any hate speech that might occur during the protests.
All right, stay with me, Mandy. I'll just come back to you. Anas, what exactly does the country's Foreign Minister, Shah Mahmood Qureshi, hope to achieve through this conference?
Well, Molly, it is unprecedented, but Pakistan is trying to play it down and trying to spin it up, because remember, this announcement of this conference being held first came from the Foreign Minister himself. But last week, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal, in his weekly briefing, he emphasized that this event is not organized by the Pakistani government. In fact, it is organized by the Kashmiri diaspora, and the Pakistani government has been invited for participation, and that is the reason the Pakistani side is having its government level representation of the highest level, including the Pakistani Foreign Minister. Not just that, we are having the Pakistani political parties, all of their representatives, including the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs. They are currently in London as well. Just a while back, as we speak, the Norwegian Prime Minister, the former Norwegian Prime Minister, Kjell Bodvik, he met the Pakistani Foreign Minister at the Pakistani High Commission in London, and from where they'll be going towards the House of Commons, where Vandy is, and he'd be addressing this anti-India conference, this Kashmir conference, as the Pakistani side says. And what they intend, they say that the alleged human rights violation in Kashmir, in the Indian side of Kashmir, they said they want to highlight that they're emphasizing on the British parliamentarians group and alongside the UN Office of the High Human Rights Commissioner's report as well. But Pakistan, by and large, the Pakistani side is pushing the Kashmir provocation to its max to its fullest. Something unprecedented that we saw today throughout Islamabad is that there have been banners that have been put across all across Islamabad. Previously, in previous years, it used to be around that diplomatic enclave and not inside and around that red zone. But this time, it's all around Islamabad. We've taken around the city, and I can confirm that this has happened. Unprecedented it is as well because the banners have also been placed inside the diplomatic enclave, a very high security zone that houses all of the embassies. The provocation from the Pakistani side is to that extent that a banner had been placed right in front of the Indian High Commission. That is indeed a greater provocation from the Pakistani side. It was later removed, but it speaks on the duplicity of on the part of Pakistan, where on one end it wants to talk peace with India, whereas on the other end it quote unquote it goes on to place these alleged human rights violation banners right in front of the Indian High Commission. Yes, Molly.
Indeed, and that's exactly the kind of argument that Pakistan has been trying to back its claims with. India, of course, has called out that attempt being made by Pakistan to take that Kashmir round all the way to London. We're going to leave it there for the moment. Mandy and Anas, thanks very much indeed for joining us with those details. We'll, of course, keep a close eye on the latest coming in on that front. And US President Donald Trump has reaffirmed his determination to pull out the US troops from the wars in Syria and Afghanistan, making his comments during an interview to CBS on Sunday. Trump, however, said that he would hold troops in Iraq to keep a close watch on Iran. On Afghanistan, Trump added that he would keep a smaller number of soldiers stationed in the country. He cited the high cost incurred during the prolonged Afghan war to justify his plans to withdraw troops.
And I'll leave intelligence there, real intelligence, by the way. I'll leave intelligence there, and if I see nests forming, I'll do something about it.
However, US intelligence chiefs have warned that a hasty withdrawal from Afghanistan and Syria could potentially lead to resurgence of the Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani earlier wrote to Donald Trump, urging the US president to slow down the withdrawal of American troops. On Thursday, the US Senate voted to advance an amendment that would oppose withdrawal of troops from the two countries. But Trump remains unmoved, noting that his promises to bring US troops back home, quote-unquote, was a big part of the reason why he was elected. US officials have been holding peace talks with the Taliban, raising prospects for a breakthrough to end the 17-year-old conflict. US will also be withdrawing forces from Syria, but Trump said that it won't be an immediate pullout, as was earlier announced. He also cited the need to protect Israel.
We've done an incredible job with Syria. When I took over Syria, it was infested with ISIS. It was all over the place. And now you have very little ISIS, and you have the caliphate almost knocked out. We will be announcing in the not-too-distant future 100% of the caliphate, which is the area, the land, the area. 100. We're at 99% right now. We'll be at 100. When I took it over, it was a disaster.
In Iraq, though, Donald Trump wants US troops to stay because he wants to keep a close watch on Iran.
A fortune on building this incredible base. We might as well keep it. And one of the reasons I want to keep it is because I want to be looking a little bit at Iran, because Iran is a real problem.
To the latest in the controversy surrounding the state of West Bengal, India's law minister has questioned West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee for holding a sit-in protest in Kolkata. The Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad asked why the Kolkata police chief took part in that protest.
केजरीवाल जी ने मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में धरना पर बैठने का एक नया निम्न स्तर शुरू किया था। ममता जी ने उसको फॉलो किया, मुख्यमंत्री हैं। लेकिन कमिश्नर लेवल के पदाधिकारी धरना पर बैठे हैं। ये तो देश की राजनीति में आज तक नहीं हुआ है। क्या मतलब है इसका? ये देश कहां जा रहा है कि पुलिस कमिश्नर धरना पर बैठे, वो भी पॉलिटिकल लोगों के साथ।
Meanwhile, WION World is One accessed details of the report sent by the West Bengal governor to the Federal Home Ministry. The governor has raised serious concerns over law and order problems created by the West Bengal police and the state government. But India's top court came down heavily on the CBI's plea seeking a probe against the West Bengal Police Commissioner. The Chief Justice of India put the onus on the CBI to prove the evidence in the chit fund scam. and prove that it could be destroyed by the police commissioner of West Bengal. The court will hear the case tomorrow. The issue resonated in both houses of Indian Parliament. Federal Home Minister Rajnath Singh said that the police commissioner was not cooperating with the CBI and hence the CBI was compelled to take this action.
पश्चिमी बंगाल के महामहिम राज्यपाल महोदय से भी चर्चा की है और राज्यपाल महोदय ने राज्य के चीफ सेक्रेटरी और डीजी पुलिस को बुलाया है कि इस मामले में उत्पन्न एजेंसियों के टकराव को दूर किया जा सके और सीबीआई के अधिकारियों को सुरक्षा प्रदान की जा सके। मैंने इस मामले में महामहिम राज्यपाल को यह भी कहा है कि पूरे मामले की एक रिपोर्ट वह भेजने का कष्ट करें।
The showdown that began on Sunday evening in Kolkata has spiraled into a full-blown political battle between the BJP and the opposition parties. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is on a sit-in over the CBI's attempt to question the Kolkata police chief in connection with the two chit fund scams. She is calling it Save the Constitution protest. Adding to the drama, she skipped meals and remained firm on her demands. She also had plans to hold a cabinet meeting at the protest site where she has been camping.
কলকাতা পুলিশ কমিশনার যার আন্ডারে কয়েক হাজার পুলিশ ফোর্স কাজ করে, তুমি তার বাড়িতে চলে আসছো উইদাউট ওয়ারেন্ট, তার বাড়িতে আসছো কি সিক্রেট অপারেশন করবে বলে? এত বড় অরাজনীতি হলো কোত্থেকে? পায়ের জোরে ভয় দেখিয়ে ধমকি দিয়ে ভাবছে বিজেপিকে জেতাবে। বাংলার মাটি খুব দুর্জয় ঘাঁটি।
Let's just take a step back and break down these developments for you and what the ramifications are. Firstly, what is the controversy all about? It's an out-and-out, unprecedented political war between the West Bengal Chief Minister and Trinamool Congress Supremo Mamata Banerjee and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Why is the situation unprecedented? Well, never has a team of more than 40 officials of India's premier investigation agency tried to quiz the top cop of a state, nor has any state police ever bundled up CBI officials, let alone detained them. Thirdly, what is the case against the Kolkata Police Commissioner? Well, Rajiv Kumar was the head of a special investigation team that probed the Sarda and the Rose Valley chit fund scams. The CBI alleged that Kumar may have buried crucial evidence. What are the Rose Valley and the Sharda chit fund scams all about? Well, the Sharda scam was a major financial fraud which mopped up about 1,200 crore rupees through chit funds. The financial fraud in the Rose Valley scam is estimated at over 15,000 crore rupees. The company duped millions of depositors who invested their life savings in the hope of getting high returns. Both were West Bengal-based cases. What is Mamata Banerjee's objection to a top cop being questioned? Well, Mamata Banerjee claims that the country's top investigating agency is acting at the behest of Prime Minister Modi when it went to the residence of Kolkata's top cop to question him. She pointed out that West Bengal had withdrawn the general consent for the CBI to conduct raids or carry out investigations in the state. It also means that the CBI needs permission of the state government to carry out any investigation in the state. But this is with the exception of an investigation ordered by the courts. What have the other states done about the CBI's jurisdiction over federal entities? It's only in West Bengal and Andhra Pradesh that the CBI needs permission of the state government. In all the other states, the investigating agency is free to conduct raids or carry out investigation. Does the CBI have a strong legal ground for its case? Both yes and no, and this is exactly what the top court will take up tomorrow. So the court has ordered the CBI to probe the Sharda scam, and hence the investigating agency is well within its legal rights to knock at the door of the top cop. But there is a twist here. The Calcutta High Court had issued a stay order in the questioning of Rajiv Kumar till the 13th of February. It means that technically the CBI has gone against the High Court order. Who are the leaders who have supported Mamata Banerjee? Well, that's a long list, but some of the prominent names include Congress President Rahul Gandhi, Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal, former Prime Minister Deve Gowda and also Gowda's son H.D. Kumaraswamy, who is the Karnataka Chief Minister, National Conference leader and former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, Samajwadi Party leader and former UP Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav, and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu. And why is the timing so important, you may wonder? It's also coming as political parties get into top gear for India's parliamentary election due in 2 months, and also because it might turn out to be a big litmus test of the opposition parties. And finally, what's next, you may wonder? All eyes will be on the top court, which is all set to hear the matter tomorrow. The court has asked the CBI to present proof that Rajiv Kumar has destroyed crucial evidence in the Sharda scam. The Home Ministry is expected to take action against the top cop for breaching the official code of conduct by participating in the Mamata Banerjee-led protest.